What up, everybody? Beacon here from Malice Corp, coming to you live with MaliceCast TV Talk, and we are preaching on Preacher. This is Preacher Talk, episode 8, Holes, and we are going to be just jumping all around, talking about what we really loved about this episode, what we hated about it, what we're going to speculate on, and with me to start the cast is Super Hoovy Freak.
The most unlikely one to be on a Preacher cast that's actually here.
Yeah, so we also have Jack Malice doing some producing for us, so he's in the background doing some production stuff. And we should have somebody joining us in a little while.
If by production you mean I'm taking a nap.
Yeah. He just hit the start button and then he's snoozing. So, yeah. So we're gonna jump in and talk about this episode. I loved it. It was a great episode again.
It was slower than last week's, but it was still really good.
And it did jump around a lot. Like
it did.
We were in hell, and then we were.
And obviously, I mean, if you didn't get it by the title, it did center around Holes and Tulip's obsession with the hole in the refrigerator, in the wall, in everybody else's wall. I mean, like, she was just not letting it go, letting it go at all.
She was definitely off in this episode. Like, it's getting to her. It is really, really getting to her, and she's a little out there now.
and nobody is noticing. I mean, I get Cassidy, like he kind of gets it, like he knows that she's not sleeping, but
he is way more occupied with other things. I mean,
he's got Dennis. Poor Dennis. I think my favorite moment was when he's yelling in the phone and then the phone drops and all you just hear coming out is bite me.
Yeah. It was I'll be honest, like it was a little heart-wrenching, like that whole maybe we should just talk through like the characters. That might be the easiest way to approach this, but let's jump right into the Cassidy Dennis thing, because we got the flashback to 1946 when Dennis is a little baby. He was a cute ass little baby, man. Like,
he was so cute. Baby.
And he's like, I'm gonna be the best dad you ever had,
and he clearly was not, you know.
No, he was a crappy dad. Yeah, and then he goes to flashes back to the future, and of course he's taking care of him this entire episode. I mean, doing everything for him. He's changing the bed sheets. He's helping him get up and down. He's bringing him stuff to the drink, something to eat,
water. Yeah, I mean, he is caretaker. He's nurse. He's Cassidy the nurse this episode.
He's got the translator on his phone so that he can actually communicate with him. And it's showing us a totally different side of Cassidy, which I thought was very, very interesting.
And sad. It's
very sad.
Too little, too late, almost, you know.
And there's that moment where he's talking to Tulip about like, hey, would you want to be me? Would you want to be, would you want to like not have to die?
Oh, I know.
And then and of course she's still out of it. And he brings up the like having to see everybody that you love die.
And she's just like, yeah, that sucks. Like,
yeah, that's, I guess it'd be cool.
Yeah, like it's your son, but on one hand, it's your son that hates you right now. So even if you were to give him a mortal life, would he stick around, or would you again be on your own? Would he
hate you even more when he finally realizes like
what's going on? Because he's not young like Cassidy's young. He's still an old man. Right. I don't know what that would entail. Would he still get?
Yeah, would he get some youth back? I don't know.
I don't know.
Cassidy sure as hell hasn't aged a minute.
A bit. But would you want to live eternal life like that? I mean, would he still be kind of sick? Would he still be hacking? Would he still be coughing? I don't know. Because I guess technically not. He's not technically breathing.
Yeah, he'd be fine as far as like the health concerns. But would he still be an old crotchety old man?
I think, yeah.
But he's just afraid of death. So it's not I want to live forever, as more as I think he's afraid to die. And
yeah.
he sees that as his way out.
He sees it. Yeah, exactly. But obviously not getting the whole, this is what everything entails, and how do you can't convey that through a translator app.
No.
It's not gonna, but Tulip totally blew him off, when he was reminiscing about the beach and, I can't remember the last time I went to the beach, and she's just like, well, I hate the
neither.
beach.
I hate the beach. Yeah.
And she's clearly not in connect and soothe
and
mode.
I think one of the odd things I think about that is, in this episode, who is the most human in the entire episode? And it's the freaking vampire. It's Cassidy is when he is the most human person on the show. You're like, what is wrong right now?
Something's not right. Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody's got their issues. Of course, Tulip with the. I did like the whole Tulip meeting the neighbors. That whole scene of
connecting over the.
I'm just here to fix the holes. The blueberry.
Yeah. The blueberry. That's it. The blueberry.
And then we got that great line that Count Chocula sucks. Oh, that was a fantastic line too. Count Chocula sucks.
But she clearly has no idea who that is. She doesn't know that that's what's her name? Featherstone?
Yeah, Agent Featherstone.
Featherstone. She has no idea. She has no idea that I keep wanting to call him by his timeless name, Rufus, but Hoover, Rufus essentially
character's name. Yeah.
Is hiding in the other room, and they're spying on them, and
right. And a big what up to Robert in the chat channel. Good to have you. Yo. So yeah. Tulip all over the place. Yeah, and there's the scene where her and Jesse cross paths going up the stairs, and he's like, asking her about why do you keep going to that place, and then he's like, you all right? And she's obviously not okay. I mean, very obviously not okay. And he's like, you sure? Okay.
Yeah, like he just doesn't get it. Like he's not focused on her at all.
I'm gonna go.
I did.
Go ahead.
I mean, and then she goes with them, and of course she's not there. She doesn't care about the God search,
No, she's there to buy a new refrigerator.
No, that's so random. Like, we need a new fridge. Okay, we can go? No, we can't go. Like, well, why not? Well, because I'm waiting on the. Oh, the thing that we came here to do. Like, they're on two completely different planes.
And she's just like, oh yeah, that. Do you need me for that?
Like,
yeah, they're just on different levels right now.
Everyone's no one is on the same page right now.
Did I write down what was it called? Was it called the Dork Desk? Was that what it was?
No, the Dork Docs. The Dork Docs.
The Dork Docs. The Dork Docs. Yeah. The whole Geek Squad throwback there. The Dork Docs.
Yes, but I like when he goes up there. He's so excited. He's like, all right, what did you find? And he's like, we didn't find anything. And they're high-fiving.
Yeah. They're like, let's check out the gun. Let's zoom in. What do you see? It's like
nothing.
Exactly.
And it's just, well, we all know who's holding the gun. You. And he's like, I'm not why would I bring it here if I was the one holding the gun? So
to cover my track, to cover your tracks, yeah.
It just
he's like, I told you I'm trying to figure out who has it. But then they're like, oh, okay.
So,
all right. Yeah.
And then it ended fruitless, which you pretty much knew it was going to if it had been that easy. I think I see
something's going on.
Something's going on. I see a frozen mess head.
You hear me, guys?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What's up? Oh, we started?
Yeah.
Dude, it was crazy, dude. They threw me this thing called The Hole. And like we were doing this podcast. We only had like 125 subscribers. We had this dictator that just kept telling us to write videos and create articles. It was hell. It was crazy.
Was it a strapolator?
Something like that. Yeah.
That's called work. It's called your normal day job.
You mean I'm in hell?
Yeah. Aren't we all?
No, we love you all.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
No, as Mess just came in from work, so he did get a chance to watch the episode. I'll pick you up where we've been. We kind of did a little different tonight. We've been talking about each character.
Okay.
So we've talked about kind of Tulip just being a little way out of it. We've already talked a little bit about Cassidy and Dennis and that whole, like, I mean, just really sad and touchy moments throughout this episode, and the weird fact that of all the characters in the show this episode, Cassidy is the most human out of all of them. It's just kind of that weird dynamic. So that's kind of where we're at so far. We haven't gotten into Eugene or Hitler or even Jesse yet. So
okay. Yeah.
Anything you want to add about Tulip or about
I guess we could ask Mess, since he just jumped in, fresh eyes or whatever. Is Cassidy going to turn Dennis? Because at the end, he's singing all kind of like creepy. He's singing a lullaby. So there's two things: is he's either going to turn him or he's going to kill him in his sleep.
One of the two.
I think he's going to kill him.
Yeah. Though just the way he was singing that creepy little lullaby, the dramatic music playing in the background.
But was it the same song at the beginning?
Was it the same song?
It's the horror, the
Scarlet Whore.
The Scarlet Whore. It was. Yeah.
Which is the funny thing about it is it started the episode out with a factor of him singing this really not a good song to sing about, towards a baby and how you're going to be a great father and stuff. But he's singing it as a lullaby and sweet. And at the end, it's the same exact song, but with a very demented turn to it because of, one of two things that's going to happen. Right. I don't know if I agree with him being the most human in the episode, but we haven't gotten into Jesse yet. So I think
he was very human.
I think he's the most human in the episode is freaking Malcolm when he comes into
Hoover.
Yeah, by far.
The Blueberry.
By far most human in the episode.
She's like, that's the reason you look the way you do. You're like, oh, dude.
He's just an everyday Joe, So,
so funny.
I think that personally on the Cassidy aspect, I think Cassidy was the most turmoil, the most inner battle going on. Right. I know Tulip's dealing with a major inner battle, but she's almost kind of just like shrugged off what humanity is right now.
Yeah.
And just,
she's on a thrill seeking and she's trying to pull everyone she can into it. Cause she tried to get Cassidy to go back. She's tempted the neighbor, and obviously she doesn't know the neighbor's a spy, but
Tulip and Featherstone going to the bulletproof vest bar.
Oh, man.
That'll be interesting. That'll be a fun twist of events if the two get together.
Well, I mean, obviously, if Jesse would recognize her, I think, if they saw. She does look different. She's got the different hair. And
Jesse would definitely recognize. Yeah.
But I think he would recognize her and know that something's not right in Whoville, essentially.
I was reading the chat, and Jack Malice has come after me with the that there's a tyrant that's leading us.
Oh yeah,
tell us too.
We were talking about you.
Videos and articles. No, I was in hell. It wasn't this. It was
So let's talk about hell real quick. Eugene getting yoked out with a crazy, big, huge, crazy tattoo across his shoulders. Like,
hell is so weird.
but as Hitler would say, hell is more than just Zagnuts and flat basketballs. Did you get the Zagnuts reference there?
I didn't.
I was talking to Super Hooving about it earlier. I think he froze. No,
I think he froze too. Maybe he did freeze.
No.
Oh, jeez, that stinks.
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to Zagnuts because I'm pretty sure he'll recognize the reference.
I don't get Hitler's
He is Mr.
game.
Pop Culture.
Yeah, I don't get Hitler's game. Is he trying to help Eugene? Is he trying to set Eugene up?
Is he sincere about it? Yeah, right. Yeah. Hey, and one thing I don't understand too is when they were saying, the warden's saying, one of you doesn't belong here. Like there's too many of you, and it's draining the power to think. Well, if the State of Killers isn't in hell, right?
Yeah. No, he's
but
not.
He should be. Then shouldn't he be in there to like balance things out?
You would think, right?
Just saying. That was the one little weird part about it that I didn't.
Unless the balance is still off because the Saint of Killers should have been in hell and Eugene shouldn't be in hell. So no matter what, it's still gonna,
I don't know.
power is still off. Like there's too much goodness almost is the kind of the vibe I got.
Well, touching on hell really quick, can we so that there's the extrapolators are faulty. They figured out the problem with them. Can we talk about what's going on with the actual guards? What, because her voice kept changing.
Oh yeah, what was that?
Supposed to happen like that, or I don't know. I haven't figured that part out.
Is it glitching?
I think that's the same thing as the extrapolator. Something's glitching with them as well.
So maybe Hitler is sincere in trying to get Eugene out. Maybe he knows that the system is failing and he can get Eugene out.
He's sincere in getting Gene out. He wants Eugene out so he can come along with him.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think it's a factor of the only way that you can get out of hell is if you're not supposed to be there in the first place, unless of course angels come and get you and pull you out. Right. So he knows if he goes along with Eugene, he's the only chance. He's the door. Yeah. He's the key he has to
get through that door.
Get through that door.
Man, so Mess, did you recognize? Did you recognize the Zagnuts reference?
I didn't recognize the exact Zagnuts reference. I just know it's one of the candies that people absolutely hate. So
back in the 80s, okay. Beetlejuice. Do you remember in Beetlejuice when Beetlejuice is still trapped in the little man? I'm losing
the waiting room.
Today. No. It's when he's actually in the model.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's the fly lands on there, and he's like, "Hey, little guy, hey, come here. You want something? Hey, you want a little snack?" And he holds up a Zagnut bar.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't catch that.
That totally immediately made me think of Beetlejuice.
I didn't even think. I caught the Zagnuts. I caught the. Yeah, it's one of the worst candy bars of all time.
Yeah, and that's the only one.
I caught that being in there. I caught the duct tape for toilet paper.
Right.
Right.
That's hilarious.
Which was hilarious. That's so mean. But that was when they taped the guy to the TV.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is I love that the fire torments the caveman, but that's not why they have the fire in there. That is the worst television to watch, period, is crackling fire. You know, you only do it if at all during Christmas, and still it's terrible.
It's on an old tube TV.
And it's on an old television tube. David Bass sent out a tweet today that hell is a lot like the DMV, just sitting around and waiting.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, they make jokes about that all the time, and they did it in Supernatural in season 6 when Crowley is showing off his new version of hell, and he's like, why are we going to torture people? He's like, all the people that come down here, they're all masochists anyways. They love the pain. So and it's just the endless line, and you get to the front and then you get sent back to the end of the line again. It's just an endless rotating line.
Let's talk Jesse.
Yeah.
let's talk some Jesse.
Hey, so Robert brings up really fact that he's got Taco Bell on the mind and he's distracted, but that has to do with hell too, because the results after Taco Bell. So.
Yeah, Taco Bell. Delicious going down.
Okay, so now we can get into Jesse.
Jesse, Cassidy genuinely comes to him and asks him for help. Right? Actually, Jesse offers help and says, "Hey, is there anything I can do to help you out?"
And then literally,
and then Cassidy's like, "Yeah, can you help me with Dennis?" And then he's like, "Yeah, I don't really think that's what it's for."
Like, basically, I'm going to use it to help me, but I'm not going to use it to help you. I actually thought Cassidy was going to ask him to use Genesis to say, "Can you make him stop asking me to bite him?"
Maybe.
He could do that.
No.
He wants him to make him be healed, and
Yeah,
I don't blame him at all for turning. Yeah, I don't blame Jesse for turning Cassidy down at all. The one time he used the power for something that it shouldn't have been for was on accident, and that was sending Eugene to hell. And he doesn't want to play with that type of stuff again. He'll use the word for other stuff, but not for.
He could have been more sympathetic in his rejection.
It felt like it's just Jesse being Jesse and just like, I'm going to do what's best. I'm going to use it when it's best for me and what I need to do, but I don't necessarily need to use it to help somebody else. I don't know. It just felt that's what it came across to me anyway.
Well, it's because now he has a mission to his mind. The whole mission is to find God, and he still knows the saints out there. He does, but he knows the saint's not in hell or anything like that.
Well, so the more he do anything about it, yeah.
But the saint can still track him, even if he can use the word on the saint now. The saint still can track exact whereabouts and stuff. And who knows if in his mind it gives the saint more power to get out of the where he put him.
That's true. Yeah, you don't know.
Speculation. But
yeah. True that.
I don't know. I think he's a little bit lost, even more lost though, because where do you go now? The video's not panning out.
He should have looked at the back of the damn DVD where it says "Property of the Grail."
Well, Grail Industries, yeah.
Very true.
Industries. Which is just swarming around him with the commercials and.
Yes. But he's not. He'll get it though. He'll get it when it's too late.
Well, next episode, it looks like Airstar might be showing up here pretty soon.
Right. This episode was missing him.
Yeah, it definitely was. And that's why the Big Papa Matt didn't join us, is because there was no one-eyed, nipple-pierced Nazis in this episode. So
shame.
Like, I can't be here. I can't.
There wasn't enough T-shirts to talk about in this episode.
That too.
I was looking for everything hell relevant, and I was going to point out the flat basketball, but then he actually played with the flat basketball. I was going to be like, dang it.
And then Hitler's there's more to hell than, or hell is more than Zagnuts and flat basketballs. Yeah.
That was
a great line.
Crazy though, sending him. And you knew a twist was coming, because it's like, dude, he's not going to end up happy unless they're torturing him by showing him what he can't have,
Oh, but that whole scene with Jesse, I told you I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, Eugene.
I'm coming right now.
Yeah.
So good.
And
so creepy.
The face of just
but just watching him make out with I can't remember her name. I can never remember her name. She's just a blonde. Tracy, thank you.
Yeah.
You would think I could remember that.
The big giant tattoo on his back.
Yeah, you think I could remember the name. It's only my middle name, but no, I can never freaking remember it. And watching the two of them make out was super weird, because obviously they're like kind of making out, but they're not really making out, and you got the weird music playing, and it just felt wrong. It was so wrong to watch them making out.
Robert thinks that Zagnut is amazing. So,
well, if you gave me the choice between
if he goes to hell, then he'll have more than enough to eat.
Yeah.
Or If you gave me the choice between Zagnuts or Vegemite chocolate, I would definitely eat a Zagnut.
And for those that were wondering about what Zagnut is, Jack Malice has given us the history of Zagnut. So if you guys aren't in the chat rooms, this is the type of stuff you're missing out on. Zagnut is a candy bar produced and sold in the United States. It was launched in 1930 by the D.L. Clark Company, which sold it to Leaf later on and acquired by the Hershey Company in 1996. Its main ingredient are peanut brittle with cocoa and toasted coconut, and it weighs 1.75 ounces.
It sounds better than it tastes, though.
Yeah.
You guys never thought you would learn something coming to a preacher chat, did you?
No.
No. I did. I learned I don't want to put on bulletproof vests and get shot by a gun.
Well,
depends on how much
That's
that bet is for.
You don't know. You don't know.
Then you've never really lived. No.
Shoot. So yeah. So we'll see. We'll see if Hairstar shows up harassing them next week. Maybe that'll pull Tulip out of her funk, or will it send her deeper into a funk? You know, a
did we
news
talk
threat.
about the factor of? And this is something different from the comics, so you guys wouldn't have talked about it too much. But the factor of basically Cassidy having a clan. He called somebody else.
He does.
Yeah,
he did. He called Seamus.
Yeah,
I assumed it was like his brother or something, or it's some other vampire, obviously.
Exactly, and that's the thing is in the comic so it wasn't that there was other vampires to reach out to and stuff like that. So this is an interesting twist to things because
I thought there was like a vampire like cult or something like that, but
at one point in one offshoot comic.
Right.
He came across this vampire cult and found out there was another vampire, and he was so excited because it was the first time he had met another vampire in all his years.
So is this Seamus maybe the person that turned him? I don't know.
Oh, well, maybe
in the TV show, right. in the comic, he's kind of just like. I think it's during the Irish War or something like that, and he's going for like a drink of water, and the vampire comes up out of the water and grabs him, and
oh, crazy!
Yeah, so he doesn't even know who the vampire is or anything like that, you know. So it's just a random happenstance that happens to him.
Oh,
but that's
more on Zagnuts. Unlike many candy bars, it contains no chocolate, though it does have a small amount of cocoa. So since Zagnuts have no chocolate to melt, they have seen a resurgence in popularity among U.S. troops in places like Iraq and Afghanistan. And I can actually speak to this, I didn't go to Iraq or Afghanistan, but I did spend over 2 weeks in Israel doing like a whole trek and hiking like 8 to 10 miles a day. And I took paydays with me because they don't melt. So I can understand then why those might be popular, because if they don't melt, you can just throw them in a pack and pop it out and eat it whenever you want, not get, chocolate melted all over your hands. So interesting.
Yeah, but you know what? If we're gonna keep talking about Zagnuts, I'm gonna go back to hell because that. No. Yeah.
Anything else that you really gotta talk about this episode? Otherwise, we're going to be wrapping it up here. So last thoughts.
Did we talk about the dork docs?
Yes, we did. We talked about dork docs and them just wiping.
They almost just crushing.
There's nothing there.
No.
Well, the factor that every time they came up with a solution was a non-solution, which
for Jesse, yeah.
Well, not even for Jesse. When you're throwing stuff at Geek Squad for Best Buy, that's the joke all the time, is that everything that is given as a solution is a non-solution to stuff. Case in point, I had a story of I had a laptop that broke down, and I took it to him, and I was like, so I'm pretty electronics, and every time I've had to have something fixed, they've never been able to fix it, and I'm assuming that might happen here. Are you guys just going to replace it now or something, And they're like, no. We always fix them. We always get them fixed. Like, okay, cool. So we got to send it off, and we'll have it fixed, and we'll have it back to you in 48 hours. I get home, and there's a message on my my answering machine. Yeah, we couldn't figure out what the problem was and fix it. Just come in and select a new.
Oh no! Talk about the ultimate upsell, dude.
At least you got a new laptop out of it.
always buy the service plan.
Yes. Yes, just like when you're playing slots, you always choose max bet.
Oh God, we're not gonna.
That's an inside joke between Mest and I. Story for another day. That's our version of hell that we relive every time.
Quite regularly, I do, especially.
Well, so next episode is oh man, I already forgot what the name of the
holes. Oh no, the next episode.
This was holes. They filled a whole lot of holes in this episode.
Oh, dude. Yeah, they did.
Puzzle Pieces. Puzzle Pieces is the
next episode.
Right? Yeah. Puzzle Pieces.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we're gonna get I know we get a little bit more Grail going on and a lot more Grail going on.
Good. Maybe we'll get more Malcolm Barrett then.
We do. There's actually a really funny promo out there of Malcolm calling. He's calling to order something, and they're like, do you take? He's like, do you take company card? And they're like, yeah. And so he starts reading off the card number, and it starts with a 6, which if you're familiar in retail, that's a Discover card. So strangely enough, it sounds like the Grail uses Discover. So yeah, he's definitely in the next episode, as well as Featherstone. Yeah, so it's interesting to see where we're going next in this journey. But
do we like how well Featherstone is able to change her appearance?
Yes.
From the sultry female with Jesse to the
very quickly
to the homebody, to the little homebody.
Mm-hmm.
And wardrobe as well. She changed her wardrobe very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I know the best one of the best lines in the episode was Count Chocula can suck it.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious on its own, but the factor that Tulip knows a actual vampire just makes it even funnier.
Yes. She's like, no, Mary, that's my favorite.
And I know it was a very poignant scene when it was him translating being said, bite me, bite me, bite me. But before realizing what he was actually saying with that, the way I took it was like him telling Cassidy to like F off, bite me.
Yes.
Right.
Like bite me.
Which was why
I was like, oh wait, no, I see what he's saying.
Yeah, it was still a funny moment. Yeah, definitely.
It was still, but it was still heart-wrenching at the same time when you saw his reaction, just the F my life, and so.
All right. Well, so
the last comment for the day from the chat room, Jack Malice brought in that Hell is wanting to make jokes about me and Dork Desk and just being way too tired to make them.
Yes, indeed. If you liked this after show, definitely make sure you give us a like, give us a subscribe, comment below. Join us in the chat channel like Robert and Jack did tonight. We always have great conversations, and we love being able to interact with you guys while we talk about the shows. And so let us know where we can follow you, Super Hoobin.
Follow me on Twitter at SuperHoovianNut.
Or you can click on SuperhoovianNut down there.
Yeah, or you can
we have them in the description below as well.
Description in the belows.
Mest?
You can follow me on Twitter at Mess5150. It's down there in the descriptions. Go ahead and click on that, hit that follow button, and I will tweet with you. You can also follow me on Instagram at Mess5150. And last thing, please do come back. The attempts at bad humor aren't usually here like I did this when I came in today, but it was just something that jumped in my head and I had to do it.
And we're all a little bit tired, just a little bit. Do you want to point out videos for us?
Sure. If you want to see last week's Preacher video, you can go ahead and click on what's going to pop up right there. If you want to just see what's most recommended for you from the channel, you can go ahead and click on that little video that pops up right there. And the best part, subscribing to our channel. It's amazing. It's fun. It's exciting. You just click on the Malice Corp logo that's going to pop up right there.
Awesome. And you can follow me, beacon_malicecorp.com. Follow the website at Malice Corp, and this cast at MaliceCast, all on Twitter. we definitely thank Jack Malice for helping us out tonight. Thank you, Robert, for hanging out with us. And until next week, stay nerdy out there.
Yeah, keep nerding on, and don't beat me, Jack. Sorry, I'll keep making videos and articles. Don't. I promise.
Don't put me back in the extrapolator. No,
don't do it.
Don't do it.
No.
I won't be nice anymore. I promise.
Oh God, that was